you to Angela. She will be giving us some tips. Go, Angela, you can jump in. Sorry.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to our first webinar of November. We'll be talking about some tips to keep moving your business forward. Our agenda for today, we're going to talk about Gardenia Nights, a little bit of a spotlight so that you really understand why it's so special, and you can talk about it a lot. I mean, people can get it for $12 right now, so that's amazing. So we want to talk about Gardenia Nights and how it works. For business resources, we're going to focus on the Who Do You Know list, that form that comes with our consultant kit, and how to use it over a long period of time. And then we're also going to focus on how to sell our holiday sets, how to talk about Gardenia Nights in Palmarosa to other people. And we're going to also incorporate some tech tips on how to use QR codes in different ways. So, and then we'll finish up with our call to action, a little to-do list of things to try this week. So let's start off with our product spotlight. Gardenia Nights. Tell us in the chat, those of you who already have this. This is one of my favorite aromas that Used has. Like, it's like this candy-like floral citrus, wonderful blend of everything I love. I have not met a person yet who doesn't fall in love with this aroma, and it works so well to help us get more restful sleep, especially for those of us who have brains that just keep on going at the end of the day, and we need a little help telling it to like calm down and take a little rest, right? So slow those transmitters from firing so fast, and let us get some rest. And especially, this is a great topic to talk about with your customers right now, because we just had a time change and our sleep schedules get thrown off, or our children, I have small children, and their sleep schedules get so thrown off that we need to take advantage of every hour of sleep we can get this week. This is always a rough week, this one and in the spring. So what are some causes of bad sleep that affect this important process, right? We know that sleep is very important for our body and mind to process what has gone on during the day, to help regenerate and keep us healthy. So it's really important to have good sleep, but there are a lot of factors that can mess with that, right? So we have things like insomnia, sleep apnea, which is more of like a breathing situation that that does not let people get restful sleep. People that wake up too many times during the night, wake up and not being able to go back to sleep, waking up too early and not being able to go back to sleep, they're still tired, etc. Like with these time changes that our body is just not in its normal rhythm yet. So there are lots of different causes for that. And we want to give people something easy that they can keep on their nightstand and fall asleep quickly, you know, whether it's right away when they get to bed, or if they're waking up in the middle of the night, they can apply it quickly to fall back to sleep. Gardenia Nights is a blend of 11 different essential oils that work together so beautifully. And like I see some of you in the chat already, how much we love this one. It's a combination of gardenia, jasmine, patchouli, orange, mint, different kinds of mint, right? Pennyroyal and regular mint, geranium, cedarwood, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, thuja, eucalyptus, pine, and castor. So these are all wonderful aromas, and they work really well together to give these three main groups of effects that we get when we use Gardenia Nights. So the first one is sensory input, right? Like that, it was something to stimulate our senses. The eucalyptus and mint is going to help a lot with that. Other oils are going to help balance our emotions, and others in this blend are going to help us with the relaxation aspect. So all of these different effects are going to work together to promote more restful sleep. The first one, so senses, the pennyroyal mint, the regular mint, and eucalyptus work really well together to refresh and stimulate our mind, okay? For the emotional aspect, geranium is really good at balancing our emotions. Thuja and cedar are also really good for giving us like that sense of security and just balancing our emotions so we don't get those big waves throughout the end of the day, especially with Gardenia Nights. And for relaxation, orange, pine, gardenia, and patchouli are all going to be very soothing and calming and help us relax. So the reason why Gardenia Nights is so powerful, gardenia is a standout oil in this, right? Because it is like a natural, way for people to get better sleep without having to take things like Valium and Xanax, right? So there was a study done in Dusseldorf at the University of, I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's on the next slide. But there was a study done in Dusseldorf where they looked at natural alternatives to the benzodiazepines like Valium and Xanax and Revitral to help people slow down their brain activity at the end of the day, right? So there's these GABA receptors that slow down how fast our brain is firing, right? And these GABA receptors are really reactive. Oh, here it is. So they found that Gardenia works on those receptors. So in this study done by Heinrich Heine University in Dusseldorf, they found that the compound that gives fragrance to Gardenia, which is the veracetyl-CoA, binds to these GABA receptors. And what it does, it just like Valium does, it binds to those receptors and it makes them work better, right? So it goes to those receptors and it's 3 to 5 times more effective. Those little receptors are 3 to 5 times more effective when they have something like Valium or something like Gardenia that attach to them and make them work better. So that just means that it helps improve their performance. That helps our brain activity slow down at the end of the day so we can get some rest. And so Gardenia Nights is a great natural alternative to things like Valium and Xanax for people who are trying to get more restful sleep at night. And you might find that you're talking about this with people who are complaining about difficulty getting to sleep. They are overworked or going through times of stress where they can't get their brain to turn that off at the end of the day. They're just trying to improve the quality of their rest. They're trying to give themselves a treat at the end of the day. This aroma is so pleasant, right? Oh my gosh, I have so many customers who absolutely love this one. And they're just preferring a more natural option to do so. I also have a lot of people who are, they feel like they need to take sleep medication all the time, and they definitely don't want to have to do that for the rest of their lives. So it might be something else that they can try, and always encourage them to talk with their doctor about these things, et cetera. But it's a natural option to get off of some of those medications that I know a lot of people do not want to be on. So when we're talking about Gardenia Nights, it has a little bit of a special application. So it is a roll-on. We're going to put it on our main energy points, which will be our temples, away from the eyes, behind our ears, nape of neck, and a little goes a long way with it. This is a powerful blend. It's got a lot of different oils in it, and on our wrists, right? That's like our normal roll-on application. But something that's special with Gardenia Nights is it works especially well when we apply it to the soles of our feet, and also along like our Achilles heel, like our Achilles tendon in the back, those little dips that go on the side of our ankles on the back. Encourage your customers to apply there and on the soles of their feet, because for a lot of people, they'll put it on their regular energy points and they'll be like, oh, that smells really nice, it does help me relax. But then they put it on the soles of their feet and they're like, oh yeah, my eyelids were droopy within 5 to 10 minutes, right? Like they feel a really big difference with that. So do encourage proper application in all of those different places. A little does go a long way, but I would put it on all the energy points and on their feet. Okay. And so also, you might want to consider just talking about sleep in general this week or this month with your customers. A lot of us feel this effect of a good rest begins the night before, right? So you'll get better rest over time if it's consistent. A lot of us feel like if we don't get good rest one night, we can survive the day afterwards, but then it hits us really hard afterwards, right? Like that following day, that following night, it just messes with our whole system. So encourage your customers to use this regularly to keep a steady, consistent sleep pattern so that they feel well rested and their body is regenerating all the things that it needs to overnight. Okay, so any questions about Gardenia? Hopefully you got some helpful tips that you didn't already know about it. I like being able to share the science behind it with my customers so that they know it's not just a nice smell. Like there are very powerful chemical compounds and essential oils that work with our nervous system and help us feel much better. So, okay, perfect. Let's move on to our business tools. Who do you know? This is a form that comes with our consulting kit. And a lot of us use this who do you know list with new consultants on our team or for ourselves, just like to get ready for a launch party, for example, or a launch event, right? You're going to do a virtual spa or an in-person spa for a new consultant. You're helping them launch their business. We have them fill out this list to have people in mind who might be interested in what their business has to offer. However, you can use this for a lot of different purposes throughout your business, throughout the life of your business. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. The key thing on this list is Frank's. It kind of helps us think of all the different categories of people in our lives that we can connect with and talk to. We can share our business opportunities with them. So that would be Frank's stands for friends and relatives, which is what most of us think of right away, right? But also acquaintances, like there are people that you meet at the gym or people from work, etc. Neighbors, kid connections like people that you meet at your kids' swimming lessons or something like that, and spouse connections. So I know my husband is great about sharing opportunities when he hears someone at work talk about different complaints or different issues that they have with their well-being, and he does say, oh, my wife does this, and he's really good about helping me make extra connections that way. So so that's one big thing on that list, is the Frank's categories, to help you or your new consultant or your hosts think about what kind of people they can invite to check out their business. And also use this over the long term. It's not just to get your business started, it is to help your business grow over time. So keep track of the people that you have connected with, and keep notes of to what extent. Where did you meet this person? What did you learn about their life as you were talking with them? How much have you told them so far about your business? You don't lay it all on them right away when you meet them, right? So have you talked about different needs that they have? Have you talked about where they can shop via your website? Have you talked about hosting perks? Have you talked about the business opportunity? Like, you want to know how far have you talked about your business with that person? Take notes on that. I actually have a whole spreadsheet that I use with mine because I also mark like what kind of samples I've sent to people, what topics they're interested in, things like that. So, but it's important to have a list somewhere, whether it's on paper or in a spreadsheet or in a table somewhere. Like, have a list that you're keeping track of those things, and just chat with them often. Bring out this list on a regular basis and talk to these people without just throwing your business at them, right? Like, I have a regular routine in my used work time where I'm just like sending messages to people, whether it's in Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, whatever, just like asking them how they're doing, commenting on something that I saw on a post that they had, like just talking about their life on a regular basis, so that they know that I'm not just hitting them up for sales every month. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know more about them. I also helps me understand their needs. And then that naturally usually flows into a conversation of like, oh, you know what? I've had that issue too. And I've tried this and it worked this way for me. And I'm able to help work on their wellness needs as well. And talk about my business that way in a more natural way that's not like pushy and salesy. So definitely keep that list going, whether it's in a virtual format or on paper. Add to it, take good notes. You want to touch base with these people on a regular basis throughout the life of your business. So that is something that came with your consultant kit, but you can also print it from your virtual office. It's under, I think if you go to training and new consultant, or you can search for it in your business app under resources. Okay. All right. So we also want to give you some tips on sales this week. This month, we have a really good opportunity to sell our holiday sets, right? So we have these really good deals on sets that meet a wide variety of needs. The basic skincare set, we're saving, almost, what is it, I'm doing math on the spot here, $33 on the basic skincare set. Wow. The Vital Used skincare is amazing. It fits so many different skin types. This is the moisturizing, no, is it the cleansing gel, the day cream, and the night cream, which is a great place for people to start with that line and see how they like it. It works wonders for anti-aging and sensitive skin as well. The Essential 3 set is 15% off. Again, this is something that I share a lot for like gifting for teachers or co-workers, etc. The body contouring line set, you get all 3 of them for $75 instead of $99 this month. And the holiday aromatherapy set. People love our Pebble diffuser. It is such a different concept that they don't see in a lot of other places. And they love how easy it is to just get something little. It's super easy and it's a great gift. And it comes with some of our favorite citrus oils as well in this aromatherapy set. And they're saving like $30 on it based on versus buying these parts individually. So definitely check those out. Make sure you understand them. And a few ideas for how to share these with your customers. Put something in your stories that talks about, that will eventually lead to these different sets. For example, when you do a story, stories are meant to be like little snippets of our lives that we're sharing with people, right? So we don't want to just pop a promotion on there and that's it. It's really helpful with the story to start with a personal use or testimonial or something that has your face, your life in it, right? So it could be a short video, like 16 seconds or less, or it could be a picture of you with something, but just sharing a part of your life and what you're using for it, right? So, so try to do something that shows your face, your life. And then as you go through a story on Facebook or Instagram, you click on it to see more from that person's story, right? So the first thing that they see should be something with your face, your life. You could have another piece of that story that follows up with the benefits of the product that you were just talking about. And then maybe at the end, you share the promotional information and you add a little sticker to it with the link to it, right? So you can do that on Instagram, not on Facebook. You can post to Instagram, to Facebook, and then that sticker still shows up. We've talked about that a lot of weeks already, but use your stories on Instagram and connect your Facebook and Instagram accounts so that it shows up in both places. Instagram has more tools that you can use to them. So that's a cool way to do stories. Your story will be up for 24 hours. When you go to put your story up, you can hit select multiple and have multiple pieces of content, put them in this order so that people are gradually learning about it from your life all the way to the promo. Does that make sense? Let me know if you have questions about that in the chat. Also, you might, since these are great gift ideas, you might consider creating a wellness class or spa that is like a gift giving guide. So for example, I just wrote these down quickly, but if you're saying like, okay, so if you have a friend who loves to look fabulous, who really takes good care of themselves, who loves their self-care routine, or a friend who needs to improve their self-care routine, right? The basic skincare set would be a great thing to offer for that person. Or for the teachers in your life who have a lot of stress and headaches and tension and fatigue, they drink too much coffee. The Essential 3 set makes a great gift. Whether you're giving a whole Essential 3 set to one teacher or you're splitting it up amongst your kids' teachers, etc. Or for your friend on a body change journey, they've gone through, they're in their postpartum journey, they're on a weight loss journey, they're, all these things, and they want to feel and look their best and help their skin adapt to that. That would be a great person for the body contouring set. Or for your tired coworkers who are always stressed, get them that little pebble diffuser and some happy citrus oils to get them through these cold winter months that they can put right on their desk. That would be a great fit for the holiday aromatherapy set. So think of how could you create an event where you're giving like a profile of someone in their life and then an option for them to buy for their gift giving guide. Another really fun in-person thing that you can do is create a holiday bazaar. So a lot of us who are in direct sales have other friends who are in direct sales as well, right? Like some might sell leggings, some might sell like smoothie products, things like that. So find a group of friends who would be interested in getting together in one place. And each of you sets up like a little table with your, your spiel, your demonstration, products for them to try out, etc. And then do something to kind of help you close the sale, some kind of incentive of like, this is a special event. I'm going to do something special for my customers. I would do something like, if you get one of our holiday sets in your order, your shipping is on me. I will send you your free shipping code or something like that. Or if you buy a set now, I'll send you a free shipping code to use on your next order. You can decide what makes the most sense for your business, but try to incorporate some kind of incentive for people to take advantage of that event and say, "Ooh, I want to take advantage of this. These are already on sale and I'm going to save on shipping. That's a great deal for me." Right? So those are different ways to use your social media and in-person events to share those holiday sets. Take a note right now, put it on your to-do list. Which one of those do you think you would do that you could do this week already? You start talking to people about it already, or do all three. Just put all three on your to-do list and get them done at some point this week. Okay. We also want to talk a little bit about Gardenia Nights and Palmarosa. So if you are joining us live right now, right, we have really good deals going on with this. Gardenia Nights all month long in November is 50% off. Your customers can get Gardenia Nights with all of its power, right, for $12. That's insane. That's amazing. Okay. And they can also get the 5 ml Palmarosa for free when they spend $100 or more. That's only November 1st through the 14th. There's a time limit on that one. We have one more week on that. Make sure that you are talking about that now. Yes. So some different ideas for how to promote those. For one thing that I do, like I said, with stories on social media, I will share something from my life, like the snippet of my life. Yesterday, I was diffusing lavender, orange, and Palmarosa, like our Tranquil blend, which I love. It's, oh my gosh, people smell this at expos and stuff, and they can't believe how wonderful this blend is. So I have my oil sitting on my diffuser. I just have a quick, one of my favorite blends to diffuse. I should have added another like benefits of these different oils in the middle here. I didn't because I was doing this for like 30 seconds in between things with my family yesterday. But then as people click on my story, first they see that, and then it says message me for how to get this one for free. How can they get the Palmarosa for free? Well, if they buy lavender and orange and one other product, right, they'll be at their $100 minimum and they'll get their Palmarosa for free. So, so do little things like that. It literally takes 30 seconds to post this on your social media, but it generates conversations with people. Now, this is on my personal account. On my personal account, I sometimes don't do a ton of links because I don't want to be too salesy. I want to generate conversations with my contacts. So I just told them to message me. However, on my business account, I did something similar, but I said message for how to get this one for free. And I included the little sticker with the link to my website. Okay. And I also included the sales information at the end on this one. So decide what's right for you. How are you sharing these things on your social media? But those are some ideas of like snippet from my life, engagement for message me or do something with this so that we can start a conversation. And then here's the information about the sale, a link to connect to it. Okay. And let me know again in the chat if there's any questions about that. So start talking about these in your stories and on your social media. Also, you can plan a restful sleep wellness class. So I would go really in-depth information about Gardenia Nights. We just talked about the science behind it today in our webinar. Use some of that. And then you can also incorporate anti-stress, lavender, Melissa bath essence. Those are all other products that help people relax at the end of the day. Lavender will promote restful sleep. Anti-stress, Melissa bath essence help us relax. If they're struggling with their kids right now and their change in sleep routine because of the time change, you can talk about using lavender and Melissa bath essence safely with children, etc. So plan a restful sleep wellness class. There are materials in your virtual office. You can search for this in your app, or if you're, I usually use like a desktop when I'm using a presentation, right? So if you go into your virtual office, go to training, product, and there's a Gardenia Nights blend presentation, which is like a longer presentation than what I gave today, but it gives you the images that you need and the setup to get that started. Okay, so plan a restful sleep wellness class for this week. It would be a great way to take advantage of Gardenia and teach people about a need that they're probably feeling a lot this week. Also, this is a good way to start talking about social selling, or I call it social sharing when I'm talking about it with customers, where you know, if someone wants a free product from you and you do the math, like we talked about last week, to see they want a free chamomile hand cream, or they want a free Melissa bath essence or something like that. You do the math to figure out how much do they need in party sales or in spa sales to get that for free. And then you just say to them, well, if you'd like to get that for free, why don't we throw an event for you? You get these minimum sales, minimum 3 orders. I'll make you just a little video and a spa link to share with your friends and family. And that could talk about sleep tips, right? It's easy to talk about these restful sleep tips within 3 minutes, right? So, so you share a short video with them, you make a spa link to share with them, and they just do the work kind of. They share it on their social media and get that feedback. So those are really easy things to do with your business to keep it moving, be creative, try different things to get a lot of interaction and reach a wider audience of people. Another idea that one of our Spanish leaders, Gabby, had was to make informational cards to share. Since we don't have samples for Gardenia and Palmarosa, if you have those along with you in your bag or something, and you can let people try them and smell them and see what they're like, having these little cards made like on cardstock is really helpful to be able to tell them about it in person and then have something to give them. And you can even add like a little QR code to them so people can scan with their phone and get to that product really quickly on your website. So I'm going to show you kind of how to do that. So first, Cynthia just put a link in the chat for this format is already made for you. You can make a copy of this in Google Docs. So you'll just go to File, make a copy. You'll have your own copy to edit. And you're going to go to you'll see where all the cards are and just double click on them and it'll let you edit that area. Okay, so then you can adjust wording a little bit if you'd like, adjust formatting if you'd like, and then you can add your own QR code to these cards before you print them out on cardstock. So here's how you do that. You're going to go to your website, and I'll show you this on my website in a minute, but when you go to your own personal website, look up the product that you are talking about, like Gardenia Nights, right? So I search for Gardenia Nights, I click on Gardenia Nights, it's up on my website, and you're going to use that little link icon that's underneath it, and that's going to copy a link to your website to that product. Very helpful. And it's a tiny URL, so it's already a short link. It's beautiful. Okay. And then you take that link, and I'm going to show you how to put it into a QR code format. I'm going to show you using Bitly, but there's also like Google has a QR generator that you can use, things like that. So there's lots of different QR code generators. I use Bitly to shorten other links and to create these QR codes. But what's nice about this then is you're taking something on paper that you have, and you're making it really easily accessible via phone for someone, on the internet for someone. So you hand them their card, they open up their phone, they open up their camera, they hold it over this QR code, and it tells them, would you like to open this link? Yes, they click, and it opens up your website to this product. It's super easy. You want it to be fast and simple for people so that they take the step forward to do this. So I'm gonna come out of this screen for a minute. Exit full screen. So what I did then here, I went to my personal website. I searched for Gardenia Nights. Again, this is not virtual office. This is personal website. I opened up Gardenia Nights, and I just scroll down the bottom here to this link, and it copies automatically to my clipboard. Then I go to Bitly, that's bit.ly. Okay, bit.ly. This website is super cool. You have to create an account, but that's really fast and easy. Okay, you use this, and I use this website to take, for example, like if I have a long spa link to a product, I've opened my spa, I've opened a product within that spa, and those links are super long. I'll bring it over here to make a shortened link for that to share with people. But I also use this website to make QR codes for a lot of different things. So what I do is I create an account here in Bitly. They give me a lot of links and QR codes for free every month. There is a paid option, but I have never gone beyond my limit while I'm running my business. So you can look into those options if you feel like you need the paid option, but it gives you a lot of links for free every month. So all I do here in Bitly is I go to create new, and I go to link. And I take the link that I copied from my personal website. See how this is already a cute short link. And I'm going to come down here, and there are a lot of different options. You can create a custom back half if you're making a new link. Like you can decide what the back part of the link will be. You don't really need that right now. What you'll do down here is QR code, generate a QR code to share anywhere people can scan it. Now, this is just a draft. This isn't created yet. You can play around with the options a little bit I think that's on a paid account though. And then come down and click create. What that does now, it took my original link, and it gave me a shortened Bitly link that I can use to share with people. And I can just copy that here. But it has also created a QR code that I can share with people. So now I have this QR code. I can download it, or I can just copy it. I right click and copy that image. And then I put it into my cards here. I'm going to open the cards that Cynthia just shared. Let's see. Oh, it's not going to let me pull it over into this one. Info cards. I think mine is still up. Okay. So I'm going to come into these cards. And you do need a Google account to be able to edit this. So if you have a Gmail, you can use that. I see some people are already in. Perfect. And I'm going to double click on this space. This is a Google drawing, which means we can move the parts around really easily and add images without having to deal with like lines. So now I can edit this space, and I'm going to just I'm going to click within this area, and I'm going to paste. And there's my QR code. It doesn't have to be huge for it to work. So I can resize it and just put it underneath the product picture on this card. Do you feel like a graphic designer right now? How easy was that though, right? So now I'm just going to copy that and paste that on all of the cards, save and close. And now I have a QR code that goes to that specific product on my specific website with me as their consultant that they have quick access to. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? All right, perfect. So then that is our tech tip for today as well, is create QR codes for your business to use in different ways, okay? All right, so remember your 4 ways to sell. Make sure that you're taking full advantage of those. And then our call to action for this week. Remember, we want you to sell 5 sets or $600 this month. Help your team be able to do that as well. Brainstorm content ideas for how to talk about these holiday sets and promotions we have access to this month. Talk to other friends in direct sales to set a time and place for a holiday bazaar. Try to get that in November or the first 2 weeks in December. We don't want to wait too late or people aren't shopping anymore. And try to create at least one QR code to use in your business for a spa link, for a specific product link, etc. How can you use that to connect with more people? Okay, thank you. Cesar or Cynthia, do you have anything else you want to add for today?
I think it's all good. All good.
Okay.
Let me stop the recording.